up, everybody? And welcome to this quick update with Jack and myself. Most of you know Jack, principal and founder of the JKAM Alternative Investments Funds, and myself, William Benatti. Jack, how are we doing?
Doing great, doing great. It's obviously a lot of stuff in the news the last couple of weeks, but it makes for interesting times, and still feel pretty good about some of the opportunities in front of us here.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a couple of things going on, obviously, that have people really concerned. Number one is inflation, and the second is interest rates. Well, and really the third is, markets just going crazy and berserk. So equities, bonds, crypto. What sort of thoughts did you have on those three things?
Yeah. So, I mean, we've been preparing for and modeling interest rate rise for, over the last year and a half. It's something that we've always accounted for. When you've lived through 2008, you plan for all scenarios. So, it's nothing that overly concerns us. The deals that we're in Fund One have substantial rent growth already, and either have fixed rate debt or have interest rate caps, or have enough time to ride out any short-term moves in interest rates. And as we look at new opportunities, including one we'll talk about in a minute, there's still some great opportunities, and pricing is adjusting to some extent, maybe not as much on some current deals, because it does sometimes take a few months for the sellers to adjust. But even recent acquisitions last month, there were some price adjustments on our last month deals because of the rates moving. So overall, we're calm and excited about kind of ongoing opportunities, because if anything, this may have taken some of the euphoria out of the market. It gets down more to a standard conventional type of market, where there's not an irrational exuberance, if you want to quote something from the prior bubble.
Yeah, and I think we love these times and these opportunities, because when there is uncertainty or it's less efficient, that creates opportunities. And Jack, you can speak to the opportunity that you had at your previous fund, but you took full advantage and did extraordinarily well by participating in that opportunity that came up from a transition, basically. So these transitionary times create opportunities.
Yeah, it absolutely does. And I think we've got something pretty amazing available currently that want to take some time to share with the audience here. We have sent an email out about it, but want to just make sure that our group is able to just hear it directly, and really hear why we like it given the current times. So we have an opportunity to partner with a fund that is over a $300 million fund, has nearly a 20-year track record, and they started buying properties in this fund in early 2021. So we're almost going back in time here. We're getting access to deals that were bought a year ago, already have a year of improvements, including renovations, increased rents. And just due to the size of the fund, much like the JKAM fund, it was open for a little over a year to raise over 300 million. And it's actually closed to the public already, but we were able to secure an allocation. So we're essentially the last investors into the fund, and they're doing their final capital call the end of this month. So it's a real opportunity to get in at the very end. It's a significant advantage to come in at the end of the fund, where we already know all the properties in the fund. We've already seen the drastic increase in property values that they've realized, and it's given what's going on in the economy. If you're worried about rates, they're locked in with long-term fixed rate debt. If you're worried about appreciation, most of the buildings have already appreciated. So it is probably the most. Oh, sorry.
Let me stop you right there just to highlight sort of, those two things. So number one is access. So this is, the value that we're bringing is that we're providing access to a closed fund that has, acquired assets primarily in 2021. The second major advantage is the leverage that they use. So, the leverage on assets that they acquired was 65%. So maybe you can speak to that a little bit and why that's a huge advantage.
Sure. I mean, 65% by all accounts is very, very conservative leverage. There are some deals that we'd seen over the last up to 2 or 3 months ago where certain investors were going in at 80% leverage. So, 65 is already extremely conservative, and that was 65 on their original cost. In many cases, these buildings are worth 20, 30% more. So the actual leverage on current value is likely even lower.
Yeah.
So that it's a really, really, in my opinion, safe opportunity. It's 80% multifamily, and there's also the rest is industrial, and industrial is an asset class that we've also expanded into, including in Fund One. And when we've run some numbers on stress tests on this portfolio, it's amazing. For the multifamily, they could sell it as high as a 6.7 cap and still break even, which is crazy when the going in caps on most deals are in the, as low as the high 3% range, low 4% range. So there's a significant amount of protection. So, with what's going on in the market, it's, about as safe of a deal with a lot of upside, that we could possibly think of at the moment. So, we're putting, I'm reloading some personal money into this deal, combination of through the fund or directly through our platform, where we are allowing investors to invest deal by deal. So there's 2 options, both one through the JKAM fund or 2 through the flexible allocation fund. And the opportunity is available through both portals. And strongly encourage people to take a serious look at this deal. The stock market is down, and this is not February 2020 where I don't think this is gonna be a 50% bounce because the Fed is gonna print more money. I think the market, if you look at 2000, the year 2000, it took a number of years for NASDAQ to recover. So I think it's time to focus on cash flow, focus on conservative leverage, focus on safe deals with proven partners.
Yeah, real assets, where inflation actually can increase the value.
Absolutely. So, this is, we've got about 2 weeks on this deal. We're making a big push. Again, I think it's about it's the best opportunity we have in front of us right now. And we encourage everyone to reach out to William or myself, or either Zach. We have 2 Zachs on our team right now. Reach out to whoever you have relationship with, and we can go into much more detail about the deal. There's a data room available, and I think it's the best current opportunity, and wholeheartedly think it's a strong recommendation across the board here. So please reach out.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks so much, guys. Thanks, Jack, for sharing. Like Jack said, if you have any additional questions, don't hesitate to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. We'll see you guys.